Good morning, everyone. This time of year is tax season, and I'm in the process of finishing my taxes. But I wanted to show you something with respect to sweepstakes prizes and tax regulations. Last year, I made a series of videos of my adventures as a winner of Caesar's Palace's 50th Anniversary Sweepstakes. And what this video will entail to show is what happens to your tax returns when you accept this prize. But I just want to show you sort of from the beginning and to the end. Last August of 2016, to be specific, was Caesar's Palace's 50th anniversary, and in honor of this 50th anniversary, they gave away 4 sweepstakes prizes. So I'll show you quickly what each prizes entails. So this one here was the Emperor package, and if you look at the description, I'll go a little closer. So what this sweepstakes entails is that you get a private jet. You stay at a penthouse. In addition, you get credits for spa, and also $1,000 for shopping package, and also for dining. It lists all the restaurants that you could go to. In addition, it has the $1,000. In addition, it has the VIP tickets for any Caesar's Palace's headliners. So, yeah, this was a very enticing package. But I did not select this. The other sweepstakes prize was a nightlife package, and here in this package entails a private limo transportation, as it did with the Emperor package. Also airfare, and it provides you other things that you might be interested in, let's say for clubbing. The third prize here was the Indulgence Sweepstakes package. And in this one, this entails a 3-night stay at Caesar's Palace, a private limo, $600 dining credit, and $600 for the spa. And also, it includes a VIP ticket headliner. And the last of the package was the Culinary Empire package. And in this package, the prizes entails a private limo, first class airfare, a 2-night stay at Caesar's Palace, and also $3,000 dining credit. So of all the sweepstakes package, I decided to get the enter the indulgence package for a couple reasons. One is there's a 3-night stay at Caesar's Palace, whereas the Emperor and the Culinary stated there you only have like 2-night stay. In addition, I thought seeing that a woman in a bath, half-naked woman in a bath, was kind of kinky, so I decided to enter in that contest. But when entering a contest, you should know what is the amount of the prize, because that can affect your taxes. The websites I showed you never mentioned really about how much the prize was worth. So this was I searched in terms of, I just put in Caesar's Palace Sweepstakes, and it shows like each prize how much it was worth. So I'll scroll down a little bit. So for the Emperor, the package was valued to be over $26,000. Well, that explains why you have a 2-night stay at the penthouse. You have a private jet, and a limo drive, and also all these credits. So, yeah, it might seem great, and what's the likelihood of you win? But just be aware that certain prizes have they show you in terms of how much it's value. So here's let's say the breakdown of the value prices of the other packages. So the nightlife, the package was worth up to over $22,000. Had a 2-night stay, airfare class, a limo drive, and other features. The The second one, that's 5,000, as you see in the middle of the screen, is actually the culinary prize. So that was worth, and it was worth 5,000, and it included a night stay, and also a food and beverage credit, and a limo transportation. The indulgence prize, the last one, was worth up to 4,500, and this had the 3 night stay, the 2 VIP tickets, class airfare, limo drive, $600 spa, and $600 food credit. And when I decided to enter which sweepstakes, I didn't take in consideration how much the prizes was worth. I just looked at, okay, in terms of what was in terms of value, in terms of what was the best prize for me. But yeah, this is the breakdown of the prizes for Caesar's Palace's sweepstakes and how much it was worth. So what's the likelihood of winning you're entering a sweepstakes that you won? Very unlikely. So when I entered the contest in I believe it was September of 2016, I didn't anticipate that I would win the prize. But however, in December of 2016, I get this email stating that I won the Caesar's Palace's 50th Anniversary Sweepstakes. And my first initial reaction was, yeah, I thought it was going to be a scam. But I remember entering this contest. So this is the email I got from Herbie Pilata, who used to work at Caesar's Entertainment. So he told in this email entailed in terms of what the breakdown of the prize, and also at the middle you see this package worth is approximately worth 4,550. So this was the email I got in December 2016, and in it he attached the affidavit, and I'll show you what the affidavit is. So here's the affidavit. This is actually a page and a half, so it wasn't a long affidavit, but it gives you the terms and conditions of the prize. So before you accept, you have to read in terms of what it's laid out. And even though the pages even though this affidavit was like a page and a half, I really had to research in terms of if I wanted to accept the prize. So I had to look at read it like I was like a lawyer. And I remember several years ago that Oprah gave away a car to her fans, and the car was worth $25,000. However, the fans ended up paying $8,000 in sales tax. So when it comes to sweepstakes or prizes, you have to do some research. And before I accepted this prize, I talked to I actually emailed Herbie with a lot of questions. The email that I got from Herbie was on a Friday, and throughout that weekend, I asked a lot of questions. I did a lot of research before I decided to see if I wanted to accept this prize or not. So I did accept the prize, and after talking to Herbie, the main concern before I accepted it was asking in terms of the tax liability. Would the tax be applied to 2016 or 2017? What Herbie informed me is that I would report it in 2018 for 2017. So it's not when you win the prize; it's when you actually redeem it the year. So that cleared a lot of clarifications and concerns that I had. But yeah, so this is a series of pictures that of my trip of Caesar's Palace, and quickly showed you what sort of entails. So this is me with a limo driver. Yeah, and that was one of the prizes, get a limo ride. It's pretty cool when you have your name over there and it says Caesar's Palace, and so a limo driver is going to pick you up. Okay, this was my room. Actually, this is the view of my of the room that I got. I stayed at the Augustus Tower, and I had the view of the Strip. That included the Eiffel Tower, the Strip, and Bellagio. All right, here's the room of my bed. Yeah, it was a very comfortable bed, But yeah, you can't beat a free 3 night stay at Caesar's Palace. Again, this was like the view inside my room of the Strip. The bathroom included, let's say, a tub and a shower. Also, my price included, let's say, a $600 spa. So I used part of it, the $600 for this haircut. The haircut at Color at Caesar's Palace, a standard haircut for a minute was $80. So no way I would pay $80 for a haircut, but for a free $80 haircut, yeah, of course I'll get it. So one of the prizes also included the $600 for dining, and this is actually I went to Mesa Grill for one of my nights, and this was here's a veal chop, and here's a copy of the comped receipt for Bobby Flay. The indulgence price also included $600 for dining, so the dinner was worth $199, and as you can see here, I didn't pay a dime. When planning the trip for Caesar's Palace, I wanted it based upon the Caesar's headliner. And during 2017, the one headliner that was really interesting to watch, or actually the only one that really made me want to go to the headliner was Mariah Carey. There were some other shows that I just wasn't interested. There was like a comedian, and I'm like, I didn't go all the way to Caesar's Palace to watch a comedian. So this is how much. This was a free ticket, and you'll see how much the ticket was worth. And for the sweepstakes prize, I was able to get a free ticket to Mariah Carey. And yeah, here's a picture of Mariah Carey during the concert, the night that I attended. So, as I showed you pictures of my Caesar's Palace, and I mentioned how much the prize was worth. So at the end of actually of January of this past year, I contacted Lisa Campbell, who actually took over for Herbie Pilata, and asked her for a 1099 miscellaneous form. As I mentioned, I did a lot of research, and this is the actual form that I needed to file when it comes to sweepstakes prize. As you see, then item number 3, it says other income. This is how much the actual prize for the indulgence was worth. Herbie mentioned that it was worth approximately $4,550. It ended up being $3,530. So this is the amount that I would have paid out of my own pocket if I didn't win the prize. So that means I would have paid for the first class airfare, the limo ride, the 3 free nights at Caesar's Palace, $600 for dining, and $600 for the spa. But yeah, this is the form that you're going to get if you, let's say, for sweepstakes prizes. It's a 1099 miscellaneous form. So what I want to show you right now is my taxes and tax returns. The amounts that you see here is after entering the information on my W-2, but before entering the amount on the 1099. So I just want you to look over, in terms of how much that that I got in return prior to entering the amount of the 1099 form. So in terms of when you accept, this is what happens. I'll show you what happens when you do accept the sweepstakes prize and how much it affects your taxes. So right here, going through H&R Block free file, I had to, they give you certain things to look over in terms of what to select. And so what it is that, let me see, so actually what it was is a 1099 for a one-time event or hobby income. So certain 1099s you have, let's say, for freelancer contracting, but what I got was I selected was the less income, and specifically for the 1099 miscellaneous for a one-time event or hobby. The 1099 miscellaneous could also be used for for gambling in terms of how much you've won. And also you have some things for, let's say, for jury duty pay. But specifically, this is for, I wanted to show you the 1099 miscellaneous for a one-time event, or in this case for the sweepstakes. So right now I'm in the process of adding the 1099 and through H&R. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll show you in terms of I'll put the amount, and before that I'm going to also put the click, and you'll see in terms of how drastically it affects your taxes. Okay, I clicked on the 1099, and I just typed in the information in terms of my 1099 form that I received with the sweepstakes prizes. So I just typed in the name and the box where the amount and how much the amount was worth. So you see in the top left corner my tax return for federal and state. So let's see what happens when I click next, and you'll see in terms of the amount how much it affects your taxes. And then you click next. Bam! You see that? Before, if I had not won the Caesar's Palace sweepstakes prizes, I would have gotten in return in federal and state approximately about 2,400. In this case, I'm getting about 1,280. So it really affected in terms of my tax return. Do I regret entering the contest? Absolutely not. It was worth it. I mean, 3 free nights stay at Caesar's Palace, a limo driver, free airfare, $600 dining, and $600 dining credit, $600 for the spa. But I just want to let you know, this is what when you enter a contest, you have to accept the tax liabilities. And so if you're not sure, even though the prize looks great, sometimes you have to determine what's best, in terms of what you can accept. Because when you see those TVs about, I win $1 million house, but at the end you have to pay the sales tax. So what sweepstakes prizes is really for is it's actually targeted to those who are, let's say, lower middle class, or basically the poor. I'll be honest. Myself, I'm just a middle class worker. But however, is that what businesses do is that to write as a write-off, they provide these sweepstakes prizes. So just want to let you know that this is what happens. This is what entails when you do enter a sweepstakes prize. You have to do a lot of research, and at the end you have to kind of determine, is it worth it? In terms of, and it's hard to determine that because you don't know what it is, like how it's going to affect your taxes maybe a year from now. But this is the result. And just imagine if I decided to enter the Emperor Prize that was worth over $26,000 and I won. In Oprah's case, when she gave away the car to her audience that was worth $25,000, they had to end up paying $8,000 in taxes. Well, if I entered that Emperor Prize for Caesar's Palace and I would have won, not only would my tax return would have been wiped out, I would have actually owed money. So prior to entering the 1099, I had 2,400 in terms of total tax return. I'd probably, based on what happened to Oprah's audience, I'd probably owe $6,000 if I accepted the $26,000 sweepstakes prize. So what I wanted to show you in this video is, when it comes to sweepstakes prizes, I'm not saying that you shouldn't prevent you from entering. However, you should know what happens is when you do win, and before you accept it, do a lot of research. Go to Google, type in sweepstakes prizes, and that's what I did. I just did so much research before I accepted the prize. And like I said, it was this for me. The indulgence was worth it. But like I said, if I entered, let's say, the Emperor or even the culinary, not the culinary, the nightlife was 20,000. I would have actually had to pay uh, pay tax to the government. So yeah, I mean, this is just sort of a lesson, also a demonstration to show you if you do win a sweepstakes prize, what it entails, and yeah, do a lot of research. And I hope this video was very helpful. I know it was kind of long in depth. Initially, I tried to make this maybe 5 or 7 minutes, but I just wanted to show you in terms of what happens when you do accept the sweepstakes prize, and at the end you don't want to say, oh, it wasn't worth it. So at the end, it comes down to is, was it worth it? And for others it might be, for others it won't. But yeah, do a lot of research when it comes to sweepstakes prizes, because you never know. You might be entering one of those sweepstakes prizes at a Caesar's Palace casino, and who knows? You might have something. You might enter a contest where you get free airfare, free night hotel, and dining credits and show credits. Yeah, it sounds great, but just be aware in terms of knowing what your financial situation is, knowing how much you usually get in tax return, and also what will it cost me at the end. In this case, I was lucky that I didn't have to owe any taxes. It just all I did was basically accepting the prize. It took half of my federal and state tax return, but at least I got some money in return. So, but that's the thing when it comes to sweepstakes prizes. You have to accept the tax liability. So for those who enters, like I said, for any Las Vegas sweepstakes prizes, just be aware of if you do win, know what the tax liability is, and do some research. It might suck that you might have to not accept the prize, but if you know it's not going to be worth it for you at the end, knowing that the fearful that you might have to pay a tax on it instead of getting a tax return, yeah, maybe the best situation is not to accept the prize. But yeah, just do a lot of research and see if at the end if it was worth it. And I hope this video is helpful for you guys. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, you could comment below. And for those who do win sweepstakes prizes in the future, congratulations. But this video here is just to sort of show you what happens when you do accept them. But yeah, so that's all it is, and hope everybody gets a pretty hefty tax return this following tax season. And also for those who enter future sweepstakes prizes, good luck. And if you win, I hope this video can be really helpful.